Have you reached out to your local Illinois congressional candidate to ask them a question about a topic that you care about? If you haven't, then I highly recommend that you do. It's not too late, and if they care about your vote, then they will at least have a staff member get back to you and provide you an answer to your question. If your questions scare them, then do they deserve your vote? I recently reached out to 2 Illinois candidates, one of which lives about an 8-minute walk from my home. I actually considered recording this video while I was walking to her home just to show how ridiculous it is that she would avoid answering a question from a constituent that lives that close to her residence. Maria Peterson's last campaign for Illinois State Senate in 2022 was founded primarily on restoring choice in Illinois. Now, this drew my attention right away, not simply because this topic is near to my heart, but perhaps more importantly, because Illinois is the premier state offering all kinds of choices for those hoping to pursue the extermination procedure that begins with the letter A. You know, that procedure. Running a campaign on choice in Illinois is like telling people in Antarctica that you're going to ensure that there's never a shortage of ice. It might surprise some to find out that Illinois has an extermination rate per capita that rivals that of California. Hard to believe, but true. Now, I recently reached out to Maria to ask her, as a candidate who based her entire campaign on the extermination procedure, how she feels about the fact that the extermination clinics in Illinois are the only places where surgery is performed that do not have any health inspections whatsoever. Did you know that? That's right. Under the Reproductive Health Care Act of 2019, extermination clinics shall not be inspected for health standards. Illinois doesn't want to risk an extermination clinic being closed, even if an infection or two occurs. And yes, infections are occurring, which is why I contacted Maria Peterson. I wanted to ask her what she thinks about her vigorous support for inspection-free surgery for women, in spite of the fact that I have one of undoubtedly many reports of an extermination resulting in a serious infection. You can read that full report in the video description below. But I never heard back from her. And the same thing happened in 2022 when I reached out multiple times to Maria to ask some of the same questions. Once again, I never got a response.
Hi, you've reached Maria Peterson for State Senate. We're looking forward to talking to you soon. Please leave a message. We'll get back to you right away.
Hi, Maria. This is Joe Lazar. I've been looking forward to talking to you for some time also. As you know, I'm one of your neighbors, and I'm also a voter in your district. And I'd like to speak to you about some concerns I have because, as we both know, you're a supporter of the Reproductive Health Act in Illinois. But I have some information that I think would show you that your support for the Reproductive Health Act is putting women at serious risk. And I'd like to have a chance to discuss that with you. Now, this is all very ironic because on Maria Peterson's campaign page, she wants very much for people to know that she likes to listen to the concerns of residents. She highlights concerns about unfair taxes and unsafe neighborhoods. Now, that's pretty interesting because Maria lives in North Barrington, and her district is arguably one of the safest neighborhoods in the entire state. And Illinois is raising taxes so it's able to finance House Bill 40, which forces Maria's constituents to pay for the extermination procedure, even for women who don't live in Illinois. It's starting to sound like Maria likes telling her constituents that she likes listening to them more than she actually likes listening to them. Now, even though the main point of this video is not to directly promote any candidate, it should be said that when I reached out to Maria's opponent, Marty McLaughlin, to ask him how he feels about the fact that the Reproductive Health Care Act is putting women in Illinois at serious risk due to lack of health inspections, he reached back to me within one day. But Maria isn't the only candidate hiding from voters.
Way to go, Tom, coming in. 147, nice job. Hard hit coming back, but you got it done. Way to go, finish strong, smile for the cameras.
That was a clip of me handing out this card that our organization produced to Representative Nabeela Syed, which allows Illinois citizens to test their knowledge about the laws in Illinois. The first question asks, extermination businesses do not need inspections by the state of Illinois. True or false? And now we all know the answer to that question. Nabeela accepted my handout and promised to meet with me in person.
Hard hit coming back, but you got it done. Way to go.
After first ignoring repeated messages, one of Nabeela's staff members did get back to me, and when they found out what I wanted to discuss, they said that she'd be unable to have that discussion with me. I mean, let's face it, women getting infections during surgery is just not that important when compared to the 1% grocery tax that Nabeela wants everyone to know that she repealed.
I eliminated the grocery tax.
Once again, when we look at Nabeela's opponent, Tassi Ufodiki, we do not see these desperate attempts to hide from the public. Tassi Ufodiki recently spoke at the largest pro-life event in the Chicago suburbs, the Palatine March for Life, which at the minimum demonstrates her willingness to show constituents where she stands on an issue that is about as divisive as it gets. Now, even if you don't agree with conservative candidates like Tassi and Marty McLaughlin, the purpose of this video is to show that certain candidates are running campaigns from their proverbial basement. They're running shell campaigns that don't allow the voters to find out who they really are. Now, it's escaping me where I've seen this strategy of avoiding questions from constituents at all costs. Oh, that's right.
Are you still in support of using taxpayer dollars to help prison inmates or detained illegal aliens to transition to another gender?
I will follow the law.
You're not, unfortunately. We have some predetermined questions, and hopefully I'll be able to ask some of the questions that might be in your head.
Trying to hide who you really are is a full-time job. And if you listen very closely, you will undoubtedly catch a glimmer where one of these imposters lets the world know who they really are.
Of Roe v. Wade, and they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Exposing candidates like Maria Peterson and Nabeela Syed is a full-time job too. You can take a chance by sharing this video with that neighbor of yours that thinks the Illinois Democratic Party is the party of transparency and truth. Thank you, and God bless you.